Spectators from across the country traveled to Maryland to watch oral arguments in the high-profile case of Adnan Syed, whose murder conviction was chronicled in NPR's Serial podcast. Maryland's Court of Appeals heard about an hour's worth of oral arguments on Thursday as prosecutors sought to reinstate the conviction after it was vacated, and a retrial was ordered in 2016. Syed has been serving a life sentence since 2000 after he was convicted of strangling his high school sweetheart and burying her body in a Baltimore park. The Serial podcast caught the attention of millions of amateur detectives convinced that a miscarriage of justice had occurred, as Syed himself maintains his innocence. Chris Hendrickson, who drove in all the way from Cincinnati, Ohio, told AP he wanted to see the court hearing for himself and meet some of the people that he follows on the podcast. Like so many people, we just became captivated by this case and this story through Serial, Hendrickson said outside the Annapolis courthouse. Maddie Corcoran drove 2 hours from Lewis, Delaware, to attend. She says she has been fascinated by the case, which has made her question the American legal system. A Baltimore judge vacated Syed's conviction 2 years ago, and a court ordered a new trial after concluding that his trial lawyer, Christina Gutierrez, provided ineffective counsel because she didn't contact an alibi witness. The state appealed. Earlier this year, the Special Appeals Court upheld the lower court's ruling. The state appealed that decision, 2.0, and Thursday, state prosecutor Thiru Vignarajah asserted that Gutierrez understood the gist of what that witness, Asia McClain, might have told her at the time. Share this article. Share Gutierrez died of a heart attack in 2004, about 4 years after Syed was convicted of murdering 18-year-old Hae Min Lee. The record is not silent on whether or not Ms. McClain was contacted. The state agrees with that. The record is silent on the critical question of why, he said. Vignarajah suggested that it is not clear why Gutierrez decided to take one investigative path over another, and said that it's wrong to conclude that Syed's constitutional right to effective counsel was violated. The defense team countered that it's entirely irrelevant why Gutierrez failed to contact McClain, who said she saw Syed at a library about the same time prosecutors say his ex-girlfriend was killed in 1999. Defense attorney Catherine Stetson told Maryland's highest court that Syed's original lawyer's failure to contact the witness were objectively unreasonable, and any possible reasons don't matter. She said Gutierrez had an obligation to pursue that witness, among others. By late Thursday morning, the appeals panel of 7 judges wrapped up the day's oral arguments. It's not clear when their review of the Syed case will be completed. University of Baltimore law professor David Jarrow said that the fact that a lower court had found that there was ineffective assistance of counsel was itself remarkable, since it happens so rarely. That alone makes Syed's case something of an outlier, he said. Ineffective assistance of counsel claims are exceedingly hard to bring, and the bar for what is an effective assistance of counsel is remarkably and shockingly low, with courts actually holding that defendants had effective representation, even though their lawyer fell asleep at the trial, Jarrow said in a phone interview with the AP. But what makes Syed's case particularly notable is the huge amount of attention it has received. Syed became a sort of cause célèbre due to the hugely popular Serial podcast, which debuted in 2014 with its entire first season dedicated to the case. The show shattered podcast streaming and downloading records. Serial revealed little-known evidence, raising new questions about the case and whether Syed was indeed guilty. Rabia Chaudhry, a staunch supporter of Syed's who brought his case to the attention of the host of Serial and also wrote the 2016 book Adnan's Story, The Search for Truth and Justice After Serial, said Syed is feeling positive about his fate. A few years ago, Adnan thought that he has to come to terms with maybe dying in prison, and now he feels like there's a chance that he's going to come home. He feels good. We all feel good, Chaudhry said. Syed is still in prison, having been kept there as a retrial was immediately ordered after the murder conviction was vacated.